Russia's military signals are changing, and since the 14th of February 2022, they seem to be changing all the time. So let me give you the November roundup of my monitoring efforts on the shortwave oddities. The buzzer first, and I sound like a broken record with this station, so if you want to learn all about the buzzer, what it does, what many think it does, where it is and what it sounds like, check out the links below. I said this in my October roundup and still got hundreds of comments asking what the buzzer is, so again, the links are below. The buzzer, also known incorrectly as UVB76, is a Russian channel marker to keep the frequency of 4625 kHz free of traffic. It sends voice messages known as monoliths from time to time, hence the marker. Last night the buzzer sounded slow and laboured with a digital or packet sound interspersed between the notably slower buzzing. Take a listen. The previous night I noted what appeared to be a Russian male voice talking over the buzzer. It's barely audible, but it's definitely there. Take a listen. When the monolith messages are sent, the buzzing stops like so. So I suspect this was someone trying to interfere with the buzzer rather than an official monolith message. While we're on this subject, the buzzer has changed completely over the last 40 years or so. This clip from 1982 shows a completely different buzzer on the frequency. (1989) now, and the signal appears to be pitched slightly higher than the previous incarnation. (1991) saw the appearance of the buzzer we've all come to know and love, albeit pitched higher. (2011) saw one of the marker's many malfunctions with a much slower buzzing sound. This was possibly due to a tape failure, but nobody really knows. On to 2012 now, and a new buzzer appeared for a short while. This was much higher pitched but didn't last long. Another recording from the same year shows the transition from the short-lived new buzzer back to the old one. Talking of new, this week also saw the arrival of a new buzzer on 4525 kHz, not far from the original one. Remember how in the first clip I played we heard the slow buzz with some sort of digi or packet sound in between? Well, the new marker on 4525 sounds very similar. New markers have been quite common during the last 21 months, so I'm sure this one will come and go, but it makes for interesting listening. The idea of the tape on the buzzer degrading got me thinking about the possibility of the pip suffering the same problem. The pip is another channel marker which you can find more information on in the links below. A clip from years gone by shows a high-pitched, fast-paced pip. However, last night the pip was much lower, slower, and sounds poorly. Moving on now, and the squeaky wheel channel marker has also changed. Named after its signature squeaky wheel sound, the marker on 5367 kHz by day and 3363.5 kHz by night has been on the air for many years. It changed its sound recently and then started to operate from a different frequency, 4201 kHz. Take a listen. And finally, we move on to the Voice of Korea. This is the international broadcasting service of North Korea. It broadcasts primarily information in Chinese, Spanish, German, English, French, Russian, Japanese, and Arabic. Until 2002, it was known as Radio Pyongyang. Jamming by South Korea is commonplace on VOK's frequency, and the other night I caught a noise jammer over the top of the signal. Again, for more information on radio in North Korea and the jamming wars over in that part of the world, I'll provide links below. So that's a roundup of November's shortwave oddities. Of course, there's much more out there which I'll put into some other upcoming videos. Oh, and before I go,